Hey, what's up, everybody? MopHead here from Eat, Sleep, Mix, Repeat, and today we're gonna mix up a recipe. Sorry, my camera tends to do this weird zoom thing. There we go. That'll be good. All right, so it's been a while since we actually mixed up a recipe on this channel, so thought we'll mix up one of mine. So today we're gonna be mixing up Euclid, which is my blueberry cheesecake. So yeah, pretty simple, pretty common flavor profile. Blueberry cheesecake, can't go wrong with it. But when done right, it's really excellent. And I have some up here that I mixed up a couple months ago. So we got some to vape on that's nice and steeped out, ready to go. This recipe it's like about a 2 week steep time. Maybe 3 if you could wait it out, but 2 weeks should be good to go. And with this one, I tried to go for kind of like a little bit of a jammier blueberry, almost like a cheesecake with blueberry syrup on it. And yeah, I think it's pretty good. So if you ever do get to mix this up, let me know. Just put it down in the comments, or I'll post links to my ELR and ATF. Let me know what you think about it. So we'll go over the flavors first. So the flavors we're going to be using. So first off, we have what we're going to make the blueberry out of. And to get that kind of more like jammy blueberry, we're going to be using Capella blueberry jam. And that'll give us more of a kind of jammier blueberry, closer to that syrup that we're after. And then to really like beef up the blueberry, kind of layer in, nicer blueberry with it, we're going to use Flavor West blueberry. Just if you want a good straight up blueberry, this is kind of your go-to. Flavor West blueberry just will never do you wrong. Yeah, that's probably just one of the best blueberries out there, just for any blueberry application. So that's really going to boost up our blueberry jam. Blueberry jam is kind of lacking a little bit in the actual blueberry part of it, but it does have some nice texture to it, and yeah, it does have some nice other qualities that we're looking for. And then to kind of add a little bit of tartness to make our blueberries a little less artificial, we're going to use a little TFA quince. Yeah, TFA quince is a good one. Not 100% sure on what a quince is. I've looked it up, but it's kind of like a citrus fruit. We don't really have them in America, at least not where I'm from in America. But yeah, they're pretty good, and this adds just like a little bit of tartness. It's kind of similar to if you use like lemon to boost up your blueberries, which is another thing a lot of people do. But citrus just really helps blueberries, helps them really pop. All right, and then the next part we're gonna be looking at is kind of the body of our cheesecake, and so the main ingredient we're gonna do that with is Capella New York cheesecake. Probably is my favorite cheesecake flavoring, and this just has great body. It's really gonna give us like that, inside part of the cheesecake. It's really gonna be kind of the main part of our mix, and then to kind of help out the New York cheesecake. Because when New York cheesecake does lack in, kind of lacks in the cheesy part, like if you want that little bit of sour note, to your cheesecake, to make it a little bit more authentic. But New York cheesecake's great even without that. If you really want that, like I kind of like having that little bit of sour cheese note to really make it more authentic. So we're going to be using some Lorenz cream cheese icing. And this will also add another layer of sweetness, a little bit, kind of just make it a little bit more desserty. It's kind of taking place, I guess. If you wanted to use a little sweetener, it's going to take place of our sweetener, but it's also going to give us that little bit of sour cheese note to really help out our cheesecake. And then the last thing we're going to do is make our crust, and this is going to be kind of our background, our kind of like foundation that the whole cheesecake kind of lays upon. And so, like, the main ingredient I would say in my crust is Innaware biscuit. Yeah, Innaware biscuit is just a good buttery, kind of gives you that buttery, flaky crust, It's really good, can't go wrong. And then to kind of to bring it more of like a graham cracker, and add in a little bit of bitterness to the whole recipe, we're going to be using Flavor West graham cracker. Yeah, Flavor West graham cracker is just a nice, like, dark, bold graham cracker, and it's really going to help out that biscuit, kind of darken it up and give us more of a graham cracker instead of like a cookie crust. So yeah, so that's the flavors. Those are my, kind of what's going on in my head when I created this recipe. This recipe took a long time. There was flavorings that just I didn't have when I first started this recipe that I have now. And yeah, I've worked really hard on this recipe, so hope you guys like it. So we're going to be mixing up 30 mils in my unicorn bottle right here. And so we'll start off with the Capella Blueberry Jam. And that is going to be at 2.5%. Which is a good 2.5% does pretty nice, especially with layering in with the Flavor West Blueberry and the quince. 2.5% is going to get us right where we need to be. So that's going to be 0.75 grams. Alright, and our next flavoring is going to be the Flavor West Blueberry. And we're going to do that at 1%. Flavor West Blueberry is pretty strong flavoring, and especially in this case where we're just trying to layer it in and just trying to use it, because we're mostly getting our flavor from the Capella Blueberry Jam. This is more just to boost it up and give it, the extra kick. So 1%, plenty. And again, our quince. Our quince is just going to be at 0.25%, so 0.08 grams. This is another one. Yeah, this one you really don't need a lot. It's a really strong flavoring. Especially if you just want to use it to boost up. It's really good in berries, any berries, strawberries, blueberries. Maybe if you have a peach that's too sweet, just anything you want to add that little bit of tartness, any fruit you want to add a little tartness to, quince will do it. Alright, and next we're going to do our Capella New York cheesecake at 4%. Give us a nice body. So that's going to be 1.2 grams. Next we're going to have our cream cheese icing, and that's going to be at 2%, which is probably a little higher than most people like to use it. I don't know. I like Duran's cream cheese icing pretty high compared to most people. So if you are really sensitive to it, or you just don't really like it that much, you can probably drop it down a little bit. Then our Inner biscuit is going to be at 2%. Just give us a nice crust, give us some texture. It's going to be 0.6 grams. And then last but not least, our Flavor West graham cracker. And that's going to be at 0.75. This is pretty strong, and if you use it too high, it will completely wreck your mix. So we got 0.23 grams. Yeah, that bitterness, because like I said, I mainly use this to get a little bitterness into the recipe, to kind of battle that tart and sweet notes. And I know from experience, you use too much Flavor West graham cracker, yeah, the mix just comes out awful. And then I'm only at 1 milligram Nick, so we're going to put in 0.3 grams of Nick. This 100 milligram PG, 100% PG. And we're going to be mixing this at 70-30. So our PG is going to come up to 4.95. And then I like to kind of shake it up with all the PG ingredients in there, just to kind of get it going. And then I usually don't weigh my VG depending if I know this full is gonna make 30 grams, so yeah, fill it up with VG. But if you are weighing it out, if you're following this, it is 26.46 grams. All right. We go ahead and cap it. Give it a good shake. Finish shaking it up later. Put on our trusty label. Today is the 14th. See, I usually I let it dry. Kind of give it a shake. Just the way I do it. But yeah, there we go. 30 milligrams. Or 30 mils. 30 mils of Euclid. My blueberry cheesecake. And like I said, I have some steeped up right here. So let's vape on it, and then we'll get out of here. It's good stuff. Alright. That's all I got for you guys today. Hope you liked the video. Hope you get a chance to mix up the recipe. Let me know what you think. I really enjoy it. So until next time, peace. Be good to each other. Eat, sleep, mix, repeat. Later.